this couldn't happen again. This is that one.
Hey everybody, this is Jakey Poo from the Comfort Blanket Podcast, baby. I'm alone today. It's really late at night. I really have nothing to do, so I'm just gonna talk about everything that's been going on in my mind. Some interesting things, some non-interesting things. Maybe I'll put on some ambient noises. I'll put on some background sounds right here. So here I am. It's very nice out here. Let's talk about the podcast and why it interests me so much. I think making shit is like the only thing I'm kind of good at. Recently, I've like lost all drive to like make music and stuff because I compare myself so much to so many people. Like so many people that I've been listening to lately. Like I don't know if anybody's ever heard of him, but his name's No Rome. He's fucking amazing. He just signed with Dirty Hit, which is the record label that 1975 is under. And they recently did a song with him called Narcissist. It's so good. I'm gonna play a little snippet right here. It's so fucking good. I love it so much. It's just like I hear my music and it seems kind of one-dimensional, I guess. Like I have no understanding of ambiance, I guess. Or what's the right word? I guess like scope, maybe. Like when you listen to to someone's song, it seems like it's so much bigger, and it seems like it blurs the line of just like a simple few chords. You know, that's how all songs are made. You start off, I think that's the easiest way though to make a song. The best way to make like a pop song. You would start off with a simple few chords just so that you can add so many more things, because if the simple chords are simple, then there's not so much going on that it gets overwhelming. So the base of the song should just be like 4 or 5 like simple chords, and you carry it from there basically. But with professional artists, they blur that line. Like you don't even notice that everything comes from these simple chords. And I feel like I can't really do that, you know? It's like, I don't know, maybe because I make it, I see when I hear it again, like in its final form, I see every single thing I do. So it's like all the things that I might do to blur the line of like a few simple chords, I still see it all. So maybe that's what I'm feeling. But still, like these professional artists, like their scope for their songs is so much bigger than I've ever made a song. So I don't know. It's kind of bumming me out. It's kind of turning me away from music in a way, because I've made it for so long and I haven't really made any progress in the terms of like a fan or like performing or anything like that. I feel like I'm nowhere near ready, and I feel like none of my music will be like performance worthy, I guess. And I'm not trying to get like fucking like depressing. It's just like I love trying to be creative, and I love making things. And this whole conversation started from fucking talking about the podcast, but I'll get to that. And like my love for creating things is like sometimes what keeps me going, I guess. And I have a tattoo on my foot that like it's a symbol for me to like always keep creating, but it's just maybe music isn't my thing. I don't know. That's like the thing I've been thinking about lately. And you know, my lovely, lovely, lovely girlfriend is always telling me, you know, she loves my stuff, and of course she would support me. You know, if I had a girlfriend that didn't support me, I would fucking kick her out. But she supports me in like everything I do. I feel like she's like maybe one of the things that's like keeping me to music. because I always show her everything that I have, and it's just like she always, I don't know, she's always there to like, she's there to like encourage me, I guess, because I feel like your significant other, you know, because they love you, of course they're gonna support you, you know. I feel like, I don't know who else would get, I don't know. Would you get mad if like your significant other was like, oh, that's not very good? You know, I feel like I would be like, okay, yeah, tell me like what you didn't like, so maybe I can like try to fix it. I mean, I can see people getting angry at that, like, what the fuck? You're supposed to like support me through everything. What the fuck? But it's like, if they really love you, then they'll say something. They'll be like, I don't know if this is like really coming across as good. I don't know if this is like what you meant to make, but it's just like, I don't know. I would appreciate it if she did. I'm not saying that she's like lying or anything. It's just like, I don't know. Weird stuff. I kind of want to start focusing more on like film, I guess, because I love making videos as well. Have I ever made anything great? I don't think so. It's just like the same with like the music. I just make things because I really fucking want to. And it's like, if no one likes it that much, then, you know, that's fine. It's just like, I make things that I want to hear or see. So like the songs, like I love making songs that like aren't really conforming to like the basic, like I was saying, the basic like 4 chords that are like easy to use for like pop songs. You know, I don't really like do that type of thing. I guess I'm more into like abstract music, and I like to do things that are a little more experimental, I guess. Not like fucking avant-garde stuff. It's just like things that aren't really heard, like on the radio, obviously, or even in like a typical song structure, which, I mean, that's never gonna really like reach out to a wide audience, you know. It's just something that I like to do. I guess I just like to be different, and I like hearing things that I never really heard before. If anyone's interested, I highly doubt it, but if anyone wants to hear my music, I'm under the name of Flynn the Dark One. I'm on Spotify, Google Play Music, and Apple Music, and I think I'm on Tidal Music too. Tidal, if anybody uses that, which I highly doubt. Spotify's the fucking goat. I love Spotify so much. And if you use Apple Music, fuck you. Lucas, if you're listening to this, fuck you. I guess my music is more, because I kind of want to be a composer, a music writer and composer for like movies, games, TV shows, stuff like that, you know. I really fuck with like soundtracks and all that, like these beautiful fucking orchestras that make this like incredible music for, because like a movie without music would be fucking crazy. Like, I love the moments when like something serious is going on and like the shock of like the silence of these two people, or like when there's no music, you know, like no music in a scene can go a long fucking way, but like music also can like propel a fucking scene, and like it sets the mood completely. So I really want to be like a composer and stuff. And usually when people talk about like good game soundtracks, I feel like something that comes to mind is Donkey Kong Country for the NES. Wait, is it SNES? I think it's the SNES. Just an old fucking Nintendo console. But listen to this fucking song called The Forest Interlude. It's so beautiful, and like, to me it sounds like kind of ahead of its time, I guess, because this was, I think, back in the 90s or something like that. And it's so fucking beautiful. Just give it a listen. It's just like, how the fuck? How does like, I don't know, man. It's just so pretty. It's so beautiful. And like, I really wish I could do that. And you know, I made a few songs that are kind of like that, kind of like just dramatic. I think that's where most of my music is like, it's trying to be dramatic, you know. It's like, it's meant to like set, like when you listen to it, it's meant to like set a scene, or at least that's, every time I listen to music, I set the scene in my head of like what I would put the music into. And like, I would love to be on that guy, whoever the fuck that was. I would love to be on like his level, because that's some beautiful stuff, man. Oh, let me get back to the fucking podcast. What I was talking about for the podcast. um yeah, I just love creating shit, and the podcast was something that like I really wanted to make for a long time. I was working at fucking Papa John's for a while, and after a while music just gets like really not boring. It's just like I don't want to fucking like listen to music. I don't want to like be in my feels all the time or like thinking way too much about shit. So I started listening to podcasts. And I would always listen to Kevin Smith's Fat Man on Batman, which is just, they just talk about like movies, comic books, stuff like that, TV shows. And I loved like listening for like hours and hours. Like that's all I would do while I was driving, you know. And he said something that like kind of struck me. I was like, wow, that's fucking crazy. He's talking about his friend that was really depressed, and he was like gonna take his own life. And I don't know what the fuck, like, what was in his head to say, like, dude, start a podcast. Like, I don't know how the fuck that like came into his mind, but he told him to start a podcast, and he did, and like he's happy alive today. He's still going on this podcast. I think it's called Tell Him Steve Dave. It's really good. It's like another like culture, how do you say it, pop culture podcast type of thing. And he said Kevin Smith said anybody can make a podcast, you know, like you can just sit and record your voice from your like phone or something, you know, like it helps to have like crazy equipment and all that, which I'm really striving for. But right now all I have is a mic, and you know, all my friends, we just like huddle around and like talk, and that works for now, you know, no problem. Like anything to like start it up as quick as we could. But he was just saying like anyone can start it, you know, if somebody's gonna listen to it somehow, some way, someone's gonna like relate to you, and it's no hassle just to like talk, you know. We all talk all the fucking time, and that was kind of like the driving force behind me and my friend starting Comfort Blanket. It's just like we have all these like late night conversations, and like maybe someone would relate to them, or someone would find us like entertaining because I think we're funny sometimes. And now we have Comfort Blanket, even though we're on a hiatus for a little bit. I edit all of them, and like editing is kind of a pain in the ass sometimes because it's so meticulous sometimes. But I don't know. I really like it. I love having a podcast. You know, if there's millions and millions of podcasts out there, and you and your friends, whoever you are, you can start one right away and talk about everything. Talk about stupid shit. It doesn't fucking matter. Have a podcast about music. There's this great music podcast called Dissect on Spotify by this guy named Cole Kushner. He's fucking crazy. Like, I'm sure he has like a team, but like they are so in depth about music, and it's so pretty the way that they like recreate instrumentals from different songs, and they pull apart like the meaning of lyrics. They're right now they're doing a season about Frank Ocean's Blonde, and it's really great. I recommend it. And like, you can start a podcast about comic books, like I was saying, like a pop culture comic book. You can start like a political podcast, I guess, if that's what you're into. Anything. I mean, it's not that hard. Just get your friends, get a mic, and spend some time on YouTube learning how to use this app called Audacity. Like, that's what I did. I have no idea what Audacity was. I never used it. And I saw like I typed in best ways to do podcasts, and Audacity was like on every single one. And they have great tools like you have to master your audio. Like, I feel like that's what sets you apart sometimes from different podcasts. You know, good equipment helps. Like, get a nice mic, get multiple mics for all your friends, individual mics, get it like a sound mixing board. And if you don't have a sound mixing board, then I don't know, you're fucked, bro. Like, with a sound mixing board, it would help you, because if you can put the audio in Audacity and use the different effects to like raise the boosting in your voice, raise the tremble. That's what I do. It makes your voice like a lot more fuller. Like, the bass is a lot better. And then what do I do? You have to like normalize your audio. So like, if you're too quiet at one point, then it would bring it up. If you're too loud, then it'll bring it down, type of thing. You know, like, I think clean audio is the best way to like grab someone's attention when they're listening to your podcast. You know, it just sounds so much more cleaner. Like, no one wants like a shitty audio. Especially if you're gonna have a podcast for like 30 minutes, like to an hour, then you definitely want to like work on your audio. So I recommend going on YouTube, look up like how to use Audacity for or best settings for Audacity for a podcast or some shit like that. That's what I looked up. And like, I don't know, I can't recommend starting a podcast anymore. So yeah, do that. And it's helped me because it's been able to like bring out like a more creative side in me, I guess, for some reason. Like I love editing. I love editing videos and stuff like that. So editing audio, that's just like another hobby, I guess. Even though if it does take a while and it's kind of meticulous, like I still like it a lot. And like our like coming up with our like image for Comfort Blanket, you know, like our thumbnails, our like pictures on screen type of thing, like just the whole like quilt style. You know, I love like quilts and shit like that, like the way it looks. So like for like quilts being like our like thing, it's just like it brings about like that comfy setting, you know. So like coming up with that stuff for like for imagery and stuff like that. Like I love that. You know, I love editing pictures. And like being creative is just like something I need to do. Keeping it full circle, being creative is fucking amazing. Everyone should try to make something. Everyone should like try to paint, try to make music. Just learn fucking music, you know, like learn how to play guitar, learn how to make piano. Learn how to play piano. And like just like once you learn how to make, that's what I did, you know, like for 4 years now I've been like learning piano. You know, I just go on YouTube. I don't even know fucking notes. I just like, it's all muscle memory to me basically. And like from there, like I just like took different like different hand positions from different songs, and I like started playing them like in different arrangements, different like styles. And like that's how I've been making music for like the past 2 years. It's just like off of like fucking around. Like I don't even know notes. I barely know like song structure, which would help me a lot if I fucking learned it. But you know, if you really wanted to make something, you would make do with what you have, I guess is like what I'm trying to say. And like it's not hard to go on YouTube and like learn chords and like learn song structures. It's not that hard to like get off my ass and like start working and buy better equipment. But it's just like I have that need to make something like right away, and like I'll use what I have, you know. I feel like I'm rambling right now. Fuck. Anyways, yeah, being creative is great. Let's talk about something else. What have I been doing? Movies. Oh, I love movies so much. My girlfriend, I don't know what the fuck she's been doing for her 19 years of life. Scratch that, 18 years of life. But like I have a whole list of movies that she's never seen, like great ones. Like let's go through them right now. Okay, some movies that I want to show her are American Psycho, which we've seen already. Oh my god, if you have not seen American Psycho, please go watch that shit. It's so amazing. It's with what's his name? The guy from fucking Batman, the Christian Bale. Oh, the Christian Bale one. That's his fucking name. What am I talking about? The movie with Christian Bale, he plays like this psycho, this yuppie in New York, and he's like a businessman that like has these psychopathic tendencies. It's so amazing. Clerks is on there by Kevin Smith. We actually watched that one. Hot Rod, which we watched, that's a great movie. Dazed and Confused, really great movie. The Shining, hell yes, I need to show her that. We watched Her. The Thing, such an amazing movie too. The Big Lebowski. And those are just like some movies that I have like a whole list that I've been wanting to show her. And it's just like, I don't know what she's been doing, bro. All those fucking movies are amazing. And I think I have like a fetish for people's reactions, and like I've seen all those movies already, and like showing them to her and like waiting for like the craziest parts in the movie for her to be like, oh my god. I'm like, I know, right? That's fucking crazy. What the fuck? I just like get off reactions. Like I love like showing my friends things. Like I have my hand in so many like different types of music, and like I have all these like songs that I show them. Like I put them on to so many different things. That's why I know like so many different like artists, and I know like so many different songs and all that stuff. It's because I spend like all my time like just looking for new things to listen to. I just love like sharing, especially like fucking Rex Orange County. Like when he was just coming up, he wasn't like all that big yet, and he just had Apricot Princess come out, and I showed my friends Untitled, I think, first, and we were all hooked on them. Like I used his song for like a group video of ours, and like I think either the next year or like a few months later, he was featured on Tyler the Creator's new album Flower Boy. I was like, what the hell? That's so crazy. I didn't know that he was like already getting traction, but he wasn't. It's just like Tyler found him somehow. And that's like pretty much when he blew up. He was on that album, and then he shortly after that released Loving Is Easy, which like everyone knows now. I'm not trying to sound like a fucking hipster, but fuck y'all. And it was just like, I don't know. I just feel good about like showing people new music. Everyone listen to fucking No Rome. He deserves all the love. He's so great. Random tangent. What can I talk about? What's something else that I'm into? I really like comic books. I'm looking at my shelf right now. I have a bunch of comic books. I love Akira. It's a manga. I don't know if y'all seen the original anime. It's so amazing. It's like a seminal movie, and like it like really changed the way filmmakers make movies and all that shit. And it's one of the big reasons why anime is popular in the US. Anime, bro, I fucking hate anime sometimes. It's so like over sexualized, and every plot point, all the plots are like recycled, and all the characters are the same, and a lot of it's just like not that memorable. But I really love like old anime. Case Closed is my favorite show ever. It's this amazing anime about this guy that gets transformed into a kid. He gets younger again, and he has to like solve crimes, and he like over time he tries to find the people that poisoned him to like make him younger. They thought I was gonna poison him and kill him, but he just like turned younger for some reason. And it's like really graphic, and like it's just really pretty. It's a really pretty show. I really love that shit. Another movie from, I think it's from the 90s, it might be from the 80s or late 80s, is Ghost in the Shell, which was just adapted for the big screen. Scarlett Johansson was very whitewashed. And it was funny because she actually played, like, when she was younger, she was an Asian girl, and like something happens to her and they like transform her into like a white girl, which is like, that's how they explain like the whitewashing, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, it was a good anime. And I just think anime from the past is like a lot better. Like all the plot points are a lot cooler, and like the older animation style looks so cool, I guess. Like that, like just that old feel, I guess. I don't know. It's just a lot better compared to anime now. But back to comic books. I have a whole lot of Batman books. I love Batman. He's my favorite superhero. I think it comes from the Arkham games that really got me into it, and that I read. I have like a bunch of like the big books like Dark Knight Rise, or not The Dark Knight Returns, which is such a great book. It's so good. It like, that's what turned the tide of like comic books. It changed it from like all lighthearted to like, this is where like dark shit comes in when it comes to superheroes, like people dying and all that stuff. It comes from like that time. And like The Dark Knight Returns was like a huge turning point. I have a vinyl collection. Remember how hipster that sounds? I have like a whole shit ton now because I think my mom worked with this lady, and like she had a husband that had all these records, and I think he cheated on her or something, and she like gave them to me. And there's like really great ones like the Thriller album, Number of the Beast by Iron Maiden. Just a whole bunch of old bullshit that I don't really listen to, but I love having. I'll never give away. I recently just got the Rex Orange County album on vinyl, Apricot Princess. My girlfriend pre-ordered me the one from Amazon, which is the orange vinyl. And the day it came out, I went to go buy it at Urban Outfitters, which was the green vinyl. So I fucking love the album so much. So I'm gonna frame one of them. I don't know which one yet. And it's gonna be hanging on my wall. Quick conversation change. Things right now are like in that crazy time when like we are all like thrown into this like new life of like adulthood. It kind of fucks me up. I don't know how I'm like gonna move out, and like I'm gonna have to start paying bills. And like there's some people in my life right now, not in my life but around my life, that are like getting married. Some people have already gone to like the military. Some people already have kids, and it's just like I'm just sitting in my room late at night, no job, talking to my microphone, playing games, and like I don't know what I'm gonna do like tomorrow for money. And like it's not like I'm fucking living on my own type of thing. It's just like that's another thing. I still like live with my parents. And And like, but I have no money, and like I have to pay for my car, and I'm just like worried about all that shit. And some people are already like starting their lives. I don't understand. Like, I don't know. You think I'd be ready, bro? I had like fucking 19 years to prepare for this bullshit. I don't know. My parents would always say like, you're gonna miss high school, but I was miserable during high school, and I'm like, fuck no. But like, I really do. I miss like seeing all my friends like every day. I would miss meeting them up and all that stuff. Even though if I like did feel miserable, I never felt like this miserable. And it's just like perspective. It's such a crazy thing. I don't know how the fuck like I was sad back then. Holy shit, bro. Things get so much worse. Hopefully, like one day I'll snap into it. Like I'll get off my ass and I'll like be like, okay, my life needs to start like right now. Like that's what I'm hoping for. And like so many like minor things that bother me. Like I don't know. I feel like mental health stuff kind of like affects me in a big way. So it's like little things kind of like set me off, and it's just like I was saying, like perspective is such a huge thing because people have it so much more worse. And for some reason, like little things just like really like mess with me, and it like throws me off for like a few days type of thing. And it's just like, how much different would my life be if my parents weren't like successful, you know, like if they didn't work hard to like let me have this life that I'm having now, like would I ended up different, you know? Would I have been a harder worker because like I see other people with like more privilege, and I'm like, I want to live like that. I don't know, man. Messes with me. I see it's been 30 minutes. I think I've talked enough. I rambled a little more than I wanted to. Everyone have a comfy week. Sorry I'm so awkward. I needed to do something. Being bored is like the biggest killer in the world, I think. Most people in their lives because of that shit. So I just needed to like talk to something, and it just gives me something to edit. So thank you for listening. If you were, have a comfy week, everybody. Hopefully Comfort Blanket will be coming back soon. Nighty night.
This is that one